Hello and welcome back to my series where I'm going through every single character I own from Zombicide Fantasy. Today we are going to continue with the explanation of the different character from Zombicide Green Horde, which is another one of the core boxes. And we're actually going to talk about probably my least favorite character I own, which is Asim. And it's pretty much only because of his level 1 skill. Because personally I think that the character's level 1 skill is probably the most important skill to determine how good they are. And I know the skill is really good. It's just I have a very hard time using it. Let's just saying that. So what does it do? Well, basically what it does is, unlike shove that pushes thing away from you, you're basically is able to do one turn for free with anything that you have line of sight to, move them one place closer to you as zombies. Now, the reason why I don't value this skill as much as many other skills is pretty much because I find it really hard to use. Not that it haven't come in handy for me before, but it's just I feel like getting the zombie closer to you pretty much always end up backfiring in most situations. Of course, you can use it if your team is split up and some of your team members are surrounded by zombies. Let's say Baron is like here, and he have used every single skill he has. You can get them away from him. But that means that your team is not together, which often than not actually causes more problem than actually being worth it, because many of the biggest loss I actually have in this game is by splitting up the team too much. So yeah, taunt is actually not my favorite skill, and I think that's why I feel like whenever I play him with one skill less, unlike any other skills who have just like sprint, free move action, free combat action, +1 die or anything else. I feel like it's better. Even Iron Skin can be, without armor, can be something that helps you, but yeah, I'm not saying that I haven't been able to use it. And actually, the last game I played with him, taunt was actually something I used to get him into melee, but that was because he was getting the best weapons from the very start. So yeah, I'm not biggest fan of taunt as a level 1 skill, and I will gladly be proven wrong by being told that taunt is very useful in these situations. But personally, I've never been a big fan of it. Now, despite that, he actually has some interesting skills later on. Like, if we go to his orange level skill, he get 1 free melee action or 1 free move action, which makes him actually able to either being the scouting character or getting into more position, which I think it's supposed to work well with taunt. Or he get 1 free melee action, which is pretty much also is supposed to work with like taunting them in and then swinging them or attacking them all, and then use your rest of your actions to get away or anything. And it's 2 skills I actually value very much. Now, in level red, and if he gets to it, he either get +1 to dice roll. That means let's say you roll a 3, you basically take that 3 and +1 2, so you roll a 4. And basically increasing your accuracy with a weapon, which is, I think, is actually one of the best skills in the game, because accuracy is everything in games like this. Then he has bloodless melee, which is basically that his ability to, if he can see a zombie, he can move up to 2 spaces and then do a free attack for 1 action, which is again a really good movement ability. And you can actually also say that it worked well with taunt. Let's say it's like 3 actions away, you use 1 and then bam, up and hit it. But that is because bloodless melee is a good skill, not because I think taunt is a good skill. And I'm sorry to keep harping on that taunt skill, but I'm really not the biggest fan of it. Now his last skill is Reaper Combat, and that basically means that when you are fighting, let's say you eliminate 1 zombie, you are allowed to eliminate 1 zombie that is the exact same. And you can only do that, use Reaper Combat once per action. That means if, let's say, that you would eliminate 2 zombies, you can only eliminate 1 extra zombie by that skill. And it has to be an identical zombie, so none of this like you eliminating 1 wolf and then eliminating 1 orc afterward, or you eliminate 1 walker and then 1 brute, and then you cannot eliminate the brute. So while it is a really powerful skill, it can actually just bypass the very accuracy that I think it's one of the biggest hurdles sometimes when you're making your plans of what you're going to do in your game. Yeah, and then let's talk about his body skill, body slot skill, which is a curved dagger now. The curved dagger is actually just a variation of the dagger that just fits him more than just the normal dagger. And this basically every character from that uses daggers in Zombicide Green Horde uses curved daggers instead of normal daggers, making it a little interesting to mix and matching the characters' deck together. But what it does is basically you get 1 extra die to a melee weapon. So let's say that he has a sword, you get, instead of 1, you get 2. And of course that actually works pretty well if you're dual wielding, like another sword, you having 3 dices instead of just having 2. So personally, it's a really good supporting weapon, but it's also really good, a good weapon for basically if you don't find anything, you can also use that just a last-ditch effort to just, instead of having your starting equipment, you can just use it as a melee weapon. But it's basically this added ability you're going after if you're using it in your body slot. You don't want to build him as a mage, basically what I'm saying. So yeah, while I do think his design is really cool, he's pretty much my least favorite character from Green Horde, and pretty much only because of his level 1 skill. Taunt is probably my least favorite skill in all of the game. So yeah, that's it. You can have a nice day, and bye.